make a move in the ring. You can hit me with the words you fling.
Hey guys, how's it going? It's Nick Atkin on South China Morning Post. This is post-fight, and today my guest is none other than Sasha Palatnikov, the first Hong Kong-born MMA champion. He's the AFC middleweight champion. He is out in, is it Abu Dhabi or Dubai? You tell me. For
Dubai.
UAE Warriors. Dubai, right?
Dubai,
yes, Abu Dhabi is the UFC show. Yeah, so how's Dubai treating you, man? You're there. Tomorrow night's the big fight, but there's been a bit of drama, hasn't there?
I wouldn't. Yeah, a little bit of drama, but in this day and age, it's what's been happening. We flew in on Monday, and we've had multiple COVID tests since. Everything's been good on our end, but unfortunately, my opponent tested positive for COVID yesterday, so they had to remove him from the card, for safety reasons, but. Yeah, they were able to find me a replacement, and we're still going. So everything stays the same.
So it was Omar Hussein, I think you were scheduled to fight.
Correct.
Yeah. So does it suck? You've done all this preparation for a few weeks now, at least, for this guy, and now you've got. I think you told me his name is Paulo Henriquez, a Brazilian guy, 5-5.
Yeah.
Is it? Yes, they've thrown a spanner in the works. How does it affect your preparation?
I don't think it really will affect the preparation. I mean, at the end of the day, a fight's a fight. You got to be in shape. You got to be mentally on point. But it's a shame. I really was looking forward to this fight with Omar. He's got a good record. He's got good management team behind him. So I really was trying to get that scout. But in reality, you got to be ready, especially in these times. You just never know what you're gonna get. So just the fact that I'm still able to compete, whereas some people, even in the UFC, when their opponents get COVID, they end up missing out on the fight. So I'm just really happy that the UAE Warriors were able to find me a quick replacement, and credit to my opponent for stepping in. And I'm ready to go Friday night, so it should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, you mentioned the UFC, and you've been training Syndicate in Las Vegas. You were living in Hong Kong about a year ago. You moved out there, I think December, was it, or January?
December.
Yeah, so you told me then, I want to fight in the UFC, and this is the plan, isn't it? To get a big win on this platform, and then maybe be a late replacement on one of these UFC shows, because the pandemic has kind of helped in that regard, isn't it? There's so many shows in Vegas now that has it made it a bit easier, that prospect of maybe jumping in on late notice?
I mean, absolutely. I mean, if there is an opportunity to do that, I've definitely put myself in that mindset of, keeping my weight down, making sure that I'm training and I'm ready for any opportunity that presents itself. The last time I fought, I took it on 5 days notice, injured. So now that I had that surgery earlier this year, and I'm, I am feeling 100% healthy. So just staying in shape, staying on weight, it's definitely in my mind, but I'm not banking on it. I'm hoping, I get signed properly, and I deserve that opportunity. But whatever presents itself, I'm ready. Coming out here to UAE Warriors, just this opportunity itself is also it's a blessing, and I'm just happy to be able to compete, especially in the times that we're having in the world right now, and with COVID. So even if it's a Dana White Contender Series opportunity or a late replacement, or they just want to sign me, I'm open to that. And again, the goal remains the same. I still want to be the first Hong Kong representative in the UFC. That's still the plan, and I believe it's only a matter of time before I get that chance. And it starts tonight. Can't look past my opponent, especially as a late replacement. You never know what you're going to get. It's kind of like a wild card. So if anything, I have to be even more focused and on point for this, because I don't want to take anybody lightly or play any games with this guy. So he's here, he lives out here. So, I'm sure he's just as excited at the opportunity to get out and compete as well. So, he's had his experience in the cage. It's been a while since he last fought, but at the same time, I'm just super excited to go out there and put on a show and show the fans what they've been missing this past year.
Yeah. It's been a frustrating year for you, hasn't it? In terms of I think it was the groin surgery after the last fight in UAE Warriors, and then before that you'd missed out on representing Hong Kong in Hong Kong at Just MMA. That show was cancelled because of the Hong Kong protests.
Yeah.
So sure. What's the vibe? How's everyone back home? And I guess you haven't been able to see them all because of the pandemic and everything. How many people are sending you messages? Are they all going to be watching this fight?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I've always had the strong support from the fans at home, and they always wishing me the best, and they're going to be tuning in as well. I think it's going to be at 10 o'clock Friday night, so it's like perfect viewing time. Everyone's out of work, had a couple drinks, so they'll be ready to tune in on YouTube. But yeah, I mean, the support stays the same. Everyone wishes me the best, and I think they're happy that I'm out doing what I'm doing, because right now in Hong Kong it's kind of hard to, especially now, to fight, and I'm sure their fighters also struggling to progress in their careers. But I'm just really fortunate to be in Vegas with such a great coach and team, and everyone there, they're just great. Everyone that I've been working with and everyone that's just been helping me through this whole process. I mean, as soon as I got hurt and went to Vegas, John Wood was there to within 24 hours to get me in surgery and get me going. So I felt really a part of a team there, and now working at Syndicate and having that environment with with the kids. I teach kids classes, I teach them adult classes. So you're always gonna meet people and network, and everyone that I've met and everyone that I've been associating with it's been great. And yeah, I'm really happy. I mean, obviously a lot of people are having a terrible year with 2020 business and all that kind of stuff, but for me it's been a time to not only improve, but just to fix all the problems that I had with my body physically, because I'm the kind of guy that will just keep going and keep working even though I'm hurt. But the COVID gave me a break to sit out, recover, and make sure my body was on point. Got my strength, and I got a new strength and conditioning coach who's really helped me go leaps and bounds, with the rehab and also getting myself ready for the fight preparation. Lorenzo Pavlica and his son Preston Pavlica, they've been really helpful in that regard. And yeah, the stars are aligning exactly how I've always wanted them to be in regards to being with a group of or a team that's helping me progress and get better every single day.
Yeah. Would you, if you compare yourself to Sasha from a year ago in terms of where you were at, like how you were training, is it just a night and day in terms of what you've got the access now to the facilities, and have you improved?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, no disrespect to what was happening in Hong Kong. I was working at a wonderful gym in Hybrid, and just the same thing. They were giving me, all the love that one would need. But in terms of being able to train with, people not only on my level and better guys in the UFC pushing me, and then just working with minds that have been in this game for such a long time. And I'm a kind of person that just wants to keep learning. I don't think I'm the best. I don't think I know everything. So if I can progress, and even if it's 0.1%, like, it's always going to be an advantage. And I just know going forward, working with Syndicate and working with John Wood and all those guys at the gym, it's just only going to be better for me. I've never really had that ability to have, I guess, individual attention. I've just always been in big gyms, just trying to get work with tough fighters and kind of test myself. But being in Hong Kong, I wasn't able to really get that kind of training. I was only hitting pads. I was in good shape, but it's a completely different world when you're in there day in and day out working with individuals that fight full time, and they know more than you, and they push you to your limits. So yeah, I mean, the difference between this year and last year, don't get me wrong, like, I went out to Ukraine, I went and got a really good boxing camp. I got to learn some things that test myself against some very high level boxers. And, these are the kind of things that people wish that they could do. And I'm very, blessed to have that opportunity. But when you have like that home where you can say, this is like, this is where I train and this is where I go every day. It's my office. It's a nice feeling. And, I'm a very routine based individual. I like to have a routine, and I like to, know what I'm doing every day and how I'm going to be working every day. So it's been really good. And I can't complain one bit. And, yeah, I'm just excited to just keep progressing. It's crazy. I had surgery 5 months ago. So, the recovery has been really good. My body feels really good. And, I can't even imagine the level that I'll be, 6 months from now or a year from now. So I just want to keep going up, keep climbing that mountain. And then, yeah, once that call comes in, I really want to start challenging, guys in the UFC. That's always been the goal.
It was such a big life decision. I remember when you were talking to me about it, making that move, but it's completely paid off, hasn't it? You feel?
Yeah. I mean, again, we're going to see on Friday. But Definitely. I mean, I love Vegas. I didn't really understand or know Vegas as well as I thought I did until I moved there, and it's a beautiful place. I love it. And I'm not a partier. I don't go out. I don't do any of that. But just what's around there and the environment, I just really like it. It just seems to connect with exactly the goals and the mindset that I want. And you want to be surrounding yourself with people with the same kind of mindset, same kind of goals. And when you surround yourself with those people, you can only get better. And yeah, it seems to be paying off. I just feel, I mean, I've been working with teammates in the past couple of months who have signed with the UFC, gone into the Dana White Contender Series, and done very well. And all of those are signs of them working the same system and the same methodology as John Wood has put out, and it works. It's a proven success. So I'm just happy to be jumping in on that and just learning and getting better. And who knows? We'll see we'll see how far that ceiling can go. And Friday night is a good example of a good example of the work that I've been putting in. So get ready for it.
Has anyone flown over with you from Syndicate? And are we going to have the baby cat, Matt Polino? Is he going to come back?
Speaking of the baby cat, actually, the baby cat is currently in Vegas right now. In Syndicate, he flew out. He's actually house sitting for me, taking care of my Bengal. Getting mauled by my Bengal, yeah. Mind you, but no, he's doing well. He's taking over my classes, and I just wanted to make sure that there was because we have quite a few fighters fighting this week from Syndicate, so I didn't want to put a burden on them and give them a hard time to find coaches. So I was talking to Matt for the last few months, and I was like, Matt, you should come out to Vegas, not just because I needed him to look out for me, but I was like, Matt, you should come out, network, start working with some of the fighters out here. And I would love to see you out here. And, and finally he made it out here. He's been in Vegas now, I think 2.5 weeks, but he's already, started working with like Chris Curtis and Strickland, and he's starting to really get along with the guys there. And who knows, he might be making that move out to Vegas too. I'd love to have him out there. That's my original, that's my OG. That's the guy I've been working with for some time. And, it's pretty cool to have him out there, and he's enjoying it. He's working at Syndicate as well. I brought him in and introduced him. So, yeah, it's great. It's great to have him. But unfortunately, but he's out there in Vegas right now. But I'm lucky to have John Wood with me here, head coach. And I feel really, really lucky to have him out because he had other fighters as well that were fighting locally in the States. And, he was able to come out and make this long trip out with me. So it means a lot. And he's put a lot of time with me, and he's helped me a lot. So I'm just super excited. And, part of this, I have to also, make it out to him and show him on Friday that, we got to get this work in. So it's gonna be good. And I'm excited to continue my career going forward with him, and hopefully we'll get him a belt. So that's the goal here. So just keep on winning. And when the opportunities come, we'll take those fights and see where we go from there.
Yeah, would you be open to staying in UAE Warriors, fighting more there? And you still have a belt. Are you going to defend this belt in AFC Angels Fighting Championship? That's kind of been going back and forth, haven't you, with them about maybe defending that belt, but there's been no progress.
Yeah, I mean, of course, I want to defend this belt. Jae Young Kim, he's 23-14. He's got wins over UFC vets. I mean, that's one scalp that I would love to fight against. It's just Korea has not been open. They have quarantine, and I don't think they're interested in flying me in and paying me for 2 weeks. So I'm waiting for them. I'm waiting for that call. I'm ready. He's already fought 2 times. He's got the interim belt at middleweight now. He's fought, lower experienced fighters, but, they want to keep him active. So they got him some fights, but at the same time, when they call and they offer me the right contract, then of course I'll take it. But at this moment, I'm not sure when Korea is going to be opening up. And same thing with UAE Warriors. I mean, I'm not contracted to any organization at this moment in time. So if they have another show and they want to put me on it, I'm 100% down. I just want to fight. I mean, I've had such problems in my career getting fights, and it's not because of management or coaches. It's just a lot of opponents just don't want to fight. And I had the same situation just happen before this fight. I had the opportunity to fight in Mississippi, and the opponent didn't want to fight. So there's not much you can do when the other side doesn't want to sign that contract. You just got to keep on keeping on. And when the opportunity comes, then we go. So if I can keep getting fights wherever they may be, I'm going to take them, because if I'm not fighting, then I'm not going anywhere near my goals. So like I said, this fight was obviously, like, I think on maybe a month notice or 3 weeks notice. So that was obviously a lot better than the 5 days, and being healthy and already training, it was a gimme. It was no problem. And the week prior to that is when the whole thing happened with the fight in Mississippi that didn't go through. So I was a little bit bummed out. I was like, oh, I didn't even think I was going to have a fight in the year 2020. But then they offered me that. I was like super up and happy about it. And then it didn't happen. So I was like bummed out. And then UAE calls me and they're like, hey, we have a fight opportunity for you. Then I'm up again. So then I arrive here, everything's good. And then the first words out of the guy's mouth yesterday is, your opponent tests positive COVID. So automatically I'm thinking, God damn it, I'm not fighting. But then the next sentence was, we have a replacement. So I'm like, boom. I'm like, all right, good. Like, thank you. So, this is the world we live in today. So, you just got to try to stay positive, and everything happens for a reason. So it was meant to be. So at the moment, everything seems to be working out. And like I said, if I believe UAE Warriors might do another card in November. So if they're interested in bringing me back, I'm 100% interested to do that. But yeah, again, I'm just trying to stay ready. I don't want to be out of shape. I don't want to be heavy. So I'm just always going to be at my weight. I fight at 170 pounds. This fight's at 82.5, just because my opponent only found out he was fighting yesterday. So, we came up in weight, but weight's never been an issue for me. So as long as they sign the dotted line and they want to go, then I'm ready to go.
So how's that affecting? Was there a weight cut? When are weigh-ins later today for you, or so is it just take any of that pressure off?
Yeah, I weighed in this morning. They gave us the official early weigh-in, and then we're going to do the media weigh-in later this afternoon. But I woke up at 79 kilos, and if I had to make 77, I could, do it in about 15 minutes, just no problem. But my body we were already programming it to, cut the weight. So when I go to sleep, I lose 1.5, 2 kilos. But I woke up and I already started my hydration process early before the weigh-in. I went and weighed in with my clothes on, no stress, didn't have to do anything drastic, but I never have to do anything drastic for these weight cuts. It's like I said, I'm a 170 for sure. Like, I can make that weight, and it's never been an issue for me. I've been eating, I haven't cut any food out. Everything has gone real smooth. And like I said, when I'm in shape and I'm constantly ready, it's never an issue. And I have a bunch of people looking out for me, making sure my hydration is on point, making sure I'm taking the right supplements. And, I feel great. I'm sure you hear this all the time, but I genuinely feel the best I've ever felt going into a fight. So the last time I probably felt anywhere close to it was when I fought last time I fought in Hong Kong against that Korean Sambo guy. That was the closest I felt to what I am now, but I feel a lot better than that even. And yeah, I'm just ready to go out there, man. It feels like it's all meant to happen. So we're gonna make it happen on Friday. So should be good.
Did you start to think you were cursed when the guy tested positive for COVID?
Man, I thought I was cursed even before I made my pro debut. There's just been too many crazy things that's happened. So many people pulling out of fights and declining fights and all kinds of craziness. But if I was to just stop and be like, oh, it's not meant to be, then, that would just be me quitting. And I'm not a quitter. And I have goals in this sport, and I really, I'm going to accomplish them. So, once that happens, and once I get to that point in my career where I hate doing this, or I don't like doing this, because I love doing this. That's the funny thing. I don't have to do this, but I love doing it. I wake up every day and I enjoy training. And I love the process, and getting to compete in front of my, fans, friends, family. I think it's a great thing. And, and it's not for everybody, but for some reason it works for me, and it makes me feel accomplished and happy to do this kind of stuff. And again, like, I remember being 19 years old and being told that I should never fight. I don't need to fight. It's stupid, blah, 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 and then, once you kind of get that taste for it, and yeah, it's just been that the whole time. And, when you're good at something and you feel confident in it, why are you going to turn your back on it? Right. So, it's just been a fun process. It's been up and down. It's been a roller coaster ride, but who hasn't been through a roller coaster ride in life? So if you're not going through challenges, you're not getting better. And, And I think every single challenge that I faced in my life has only made me better as a person, made me better as an athlete. And I wouldn't change it for the world. I love it. So that's why we're doing what we do.
Well, yeah, I mean, I can't hide my bias. We'll be cheering for you on Friday when we're watching, because Sasha, he's helped out with the show a lot as well. He's always very generous with his time, and yeah, we'll all be cheering you on.
I'd love to get back on. I'll be back on. Hopefully, we're talking about the main events this weekend.
Yeah,
unfortunately, I'm missing them. I'm going to be flying when the main event starts. I'm pretty bummed, but we're going to catch up when we get back to Vegas. Definitely going to watch the replay, and I'm excited for those fights. So, but yeah, I got a couple people out there now at Fight Island, and some more people from the gym that will be flying out there for upcoming fights. So definitely going to be keeping my eyes out on the fights, and I'm sure we'll be talking about them soon as well. Yeah,
man. Well, we'll love to catch up with you, after the fight here as well, if you're around, and otherwise, I'm sure we'll speak to you again when you land back in Vegas.
Absolutely.
Cool. Yeah. Well, thanks everyone for watching the Sasha Palatnikov. Sasha Palatnikov. Everyone, check out his fight. It's going to be on YouTube for free, I think. So UAE Warriors. Yeah. What's the time? Is it Hong Kong wise?
It's going to be 6 p.m. local time, but it'll be 10 p.m. Hong Kong time.
Yeah. What about Eastern?
East Coast, I believe it'll start 10 a.m. and then West Coast, it'll be 7 a.m. But I'm going to make a post on my Instagram with all the countries and time zones for when that stuff starts, so people are aware that want to tune in, because I got a couple of people asking me from the UK and Australia as well what time it starts, so I had to do a little bit of research. But yeah, I'll be posting that information. Check out my social media at Sasha Palatnikov MMA. And yeah, tune in. We're going to be putting on a show Friday, so don't miss it.
Yeah, I can't wait. Thanks again, man. Cheers.
Pleasure. Have a good one, brother.
Hey guys, Sasha Palatnikov here, letting you know to tune in to SCMP post-fight for all your weekly martial arts news.